learned that Bob had a hearing loss, a very significant hearing loss, and are getting to a point where we understood exactly what that hearing loss meant in reality. What could he really hear unaided? And at that time, they recommended that he needed to start with hearing aids. That was equally as emotional to us, especially to me, as when we learned he had the hearing loss. And then I finally got it, and I let them put the hearing aids in. And I immediately saw this difference in him and how he was responding. It was a total immersion into auditory verbal, into making sure everything we were doing gave him the opportunity to maximize his hearing and his speech. He was mainstreamed from kindergarten on. By the time he was 11 years old, he was now identified as having a bilateral profound hearing loss, and hearing aids were no longer providing any real value to him. He got his first implant at the age of 11. Bobby absolutely soared in his receptive and expressive language. Bobby's doing well. Bobby's happy. He's got a great job. When our granddaughter was born, she then went through newborn hearing screening, which we didn't have when Bobby was born. So we did find out before she left the hospital that she did have a hearing loss. If that's the worst thing that you have to deal with in her life, we can help you with that. That's a world that we know intimately. We've been down that road. We know what therapy works. We know that listening and spoken language is going to be critical for her future. But fortunately for our daughter and her husband Mike and Emma, they're going to be okay. She, at 2 months old, was already fitted with hearing aids. It's like second nature to her. She's been receiving in-home therapy services. She's this beautiful, healthy 13-month-old doing extraordinarily well. You have to get involved with AG Bell. They've got great programs for professionals, for infants. The whole listening and spoken language focus is helping these kids become the best that they can be in their schools, in their jobs, in society. Maybe my value could come in joining AG Bell's board and it being more of a global perspective, and not just helping my granddaughter Emma, but trying to see if I can have an impact on the board that can help deaf and hard of hearing children around the world, and those parents, and those professionals. I'm seeing the tremendous things that they're doing, providing resources to families and young children that are deaf and hard of hearing. I see this very dynamic organization that is looking at listening and spoken language in a very holistic way, from a parent who needs help and resources, to the child that needs help and resources, to that child who grows up to be an adult and has a family, and then the professionals in this world that get services both from AG Bell but from the Academy of Listening and Spoken Language. Your generous gift will give your family and other families and children who are deaf and hard of hearing the opportunity to reach their maximum potential in listening and spoken language